Imagine a small band of weary travelers moving across rugged terrain at the mercy of a foreign king. They are uncertain of the future, battered by years of hardship, and seeking much-needed refuge. This bleak scene is found in 1 Samuel 22, and it highlights a time when David was on the run for his life, having just escaped to the cave Adullam, fearing certain death if he's discovered by King Saul and his army. His family heard of the plight and went down to meet him, along with a group of discontented stragglers looking for leadership. Turmoil rose from all sides and began to play out against the backdrop of a high-stakes hide-and-seek match between tried and true warriors who once shared a close friendship. Several years ago, this passage took on special meaning for me. I sensed the unrest beneath black and white ink-stained pages, and one powerful phrase jumped out in a way I'd never noticed before. Isn't it interesting how that happens? Scripture we've read over in the past can suddenly come alive in a moment of need. And for me, it was verse 3 that brought fresh perspective one morning during my quiet time. David took his father and mother before the king of Moab and said, "Let my father and mother, I pray thee, come forth and be with you, till I know what God will do for me." Thinking of David in distress, 9 little words brought unexpected tears to the surface. Till I know what God will do for me. For a man on the run, this is confident language. I find it interesting he didn't say something like, "Let us stay here a while to find out if God will make a way," or "Let us seek refuge with you until we see if God will help us." No, the statement is definitive. It carries an air of authority from someone who has already witnessed God's power many times over. And though he doesn't know the exactness of how things will work out now, he leaves no room for doubt. God will come through again. The words made me cry because they portray such unwavering confidence in a faithful God that it compels me to do the same. When I wonder if God has forgotten, when I don't know what's next, and when it seems there's no way a situation will turn around for good. I can't say for sure, but if I were to guess, these thoughts cloud your mind sometimes too. Though the moments are likely much less dramatic than what unfolded in ancient Moab. But very real all the same, aren't they? If we look further back into the story, David was anointed king of Israel as a young shepherd in his father's field. But all these years later, still not appointed to the throne. In some of the darkest moments of his life, he surely must have wondered how God would fulfill the prophecy. Yet, he didn't let it stop him from maintaining a steadfast belief that somehow, some way, God would come through. Even when all hope seemed lost, this firm touchstone steadied, strengthened, and stabilized him. Till I know what God will do for me. The phrase can easily be passed over without much thought, but it stands to notice that mindset matters. The future king couched his words as an expression of faith that would resonate through the tunnels of time. And in a modern era filled with different problems, they still hold true today. For me and for you. Life experiences come wrapped with the potential to shake our confidence, but they can't compare to the power of God. Our seasons of uncertainty are small stepping stones toward the next phase of God's purpose-filled plan. May that truth always be enough to carry us through.